Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the next 3 months. This is going to be for April through June of 2024. You have this card that says confidence is your key to success, and also this card that says conclusions are within reach. So, I think that it's the year of the dragon, right? So, I think for everyone that confidence is going to be key at this time. And also I'm getting the word like follow through for you here, Libra. So if you set out to start something, seeing it through all the way is also going to be important for you. I think that is part of the confidence as well. Especially if you're working on something, you have this potential card, and sometimes I think that these potential cards can cause a little bit of a problem because, potential doesn't mean anything. Potential is just potential. It's like you're the one that has to, climb this mountain. I'll show you. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a mountain on that card, and I'll show it to you. But, the card itself says that you're the one that has to climb that mountain. You're the one that has to get to the top. And this High Priestess just kind of popped out while I was pulling cards, so I'm just going to put her to the side. But, if you do climb the mountain, then there could be great success. But it kind of says, like, you have to have the confidence to do it. Even the Emperor, you always get the Emperor with me, and I'm always making Aries jokes in your readings. And what I would say here is it might not be, maybe it isn't an Aries. Maybe all the Aries energy that you've been getting is really for you is saying like you have to see something through to the end. And I think that the reason all this stuff is coming up here is because there's some sort of change that you have to make. The Two of Wands is kind of about making a change sometimes. He's standing at the top of this castle and he's reaching forward to that new wand right here. He's got his old wand back here, and this old wand back here just represents something that is complete, something that has come to an end, and he's reaching forward to this new wand and, obviously moving hopefully in a new direction. So I kind of feel this is saying you have to have the confidence to make a change, and this could include releasing something here with the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, the story of the Five of Cups is that this guy here on the card, he has lost his taste for wine, and so there's spilt wine in front of him. And so he's grieving the loss of something that he no longer enjoys. It's like at one point, wine brought him a lot of pleasure, but now it doesn't any longer. And he is sad because he lost something, or he thinks he lost something that brought him pleasure, right? But there's really something else behind him here. And when he turns around and he's grateful for what he has, he doesn't just get these two cups, he gets this bridge and this castle as well. So there is like a release or a letting go of something. And this could be a person, could be whatever situation. I think if you really look at the situation, you probably weren't getting much from it in the first place. So, again, I don't think this is like that big of a deal. You have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups is about following your heart. I believe we're in like a very heart-based time where we have to follow our heart or listen to what our heart is telling us to do, move more towards like joy, happiness, good things in our life, and more in positivity and, light and all that other good stuff. So, I would make sure that you're doing things that bring those feelings into your life. And, people always love to say like, well, I love eating 200 pounds of cake every single day. That brings me joy, but how is that going to lead to good things? I'm like, well, it's not. So it really doesn't fill your heart. I think, people always love to say these things to me like, oh, doing this horrible thing brings me joy. And I'm like, well, it doesn't. It has a negative consequence. So it's not bringing you joy. And it's like, yes, I think people need to realize sometimes like working hard and having extra responsibilities, while it might be hard, it does bring you joy later. So, truly following your heart is not about eating 200 pounds of cake. Truly following your heart is sometimes doing hard things, is sometimes doing things that are a challenge because of what it will lead to in the future. And, I think that's what the Queen of Cups really talks about. She also talks about trusting your intuition. Again, I don't really take pop-outs, but it was kind of weird how this High Priestess popped out. And you do have the High Priestess here, which would also represent kind of following your intuition or listening to what your intuition is telling you, and I feel you do need to listen to your intuition here. And with the Two of Wands, here you go. You have the Ten of Pentacles. I almost am hearing like this is what you're holding yourself back from. Again, if you're holding on to something from the past, I feel that this is what's waiting for you. Right here is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Really good. By the way, every single reading I've done so far, I only have 3 left, the fire signs. Every single reading I've done has been really, really good financially. So, there could be very positive financial changes coming in for everyone, which would be great. I also feel like there could just be a lot of like joy and happiness coming in for everyone as well. The Ten of Pentacles is like everything you want and desire. And by the way, if you're waiting for like a career or to get a new position, this is amazing for work. With the Five of Cups, you have the Temperance card. See, he's holding on to 2 cups, those 2 cups on the Five of Cups, and he's trying to turn a situation around. I kind of feel that there could be a very fortunate change happening for you. And I kind of feel that's where this reading is going, especially right here, because you have the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to have to see, I don't like to jump to conclusions, although my intuition is kind of telling me that there's some sort of fortunate change coming in. But again, I want to stress that, I don't think it's easy. Like some of you might have to pick up extra responsibilities, or, there might be some hard work involved, but it'll be worth it, is what the Queen of Cups was saying, basically just a minute ago. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Four Wands. Four Wands can represent marriage, of course, and if you do want love, there does seem to be a little bit of love here. We're going to keep going, obviously. But you do have the King of Pentacles, which I like for love. It doesn't matter what gender you're into. King of Pentacles can be a person who wants to put in the work, a person who really wants to have something long-term, a person who really wants to see something through to the end, like I said earlier, Libra. So, again, definitely could be like a good person coming in for you. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this illumination card and this potential card. Yeah, it's like something's potential is being illuminated to you. I know that's obvious, but that's literally what I'm getting here, is that you're finally seeing the potential maybe in a new direction in your life because of that Wheel of Fortune. And I feel that this will be leading to like a very fortunate turnaround or a very fortunate change in your life. There seems to be like a little bit of a risk. You have this risk card coming up in the next row, which we'll talk about. And I think the risk could be this potential card. Again, like I said, potential means nothing. So, we always are, anytime we get an opportunity that has potential, it's a risk because it's just potential. We have to be the one that puts the work in to be successful, right? And so I kind of feel like there is a big opportunity. It could be a person. You have the King of Pentacles here. Could be any sign. Could be you have Earth, Air, Fire really stand out to me. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, or a Sagittarius. Kind of stand out to me here as well. So it could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. But I do feel that you could be taking a risk on a new person for some of you over the next 3 months. For others, for all of you, I feel that you are doing something to increase your finances. He's holding this scepter right here, and it looks very similar to the scepter that the Empress is holding on her card. You can see that right here. And both cards, Empress and the King of Pentacles, they're both great at, growing their abundance. And I feel that there's something here about you kind of very easily growing your abundance. I'm not saying it's going to be like super easy, but I feel the King of Pentacles is saying that you have the skills necessary to increase your abundance. I even think that some of you are thinking about doing something, like starting something, but it's like I get start, stop. Like you start something, then stop, or you think about starting something, then stop yourself. This could be like a side hustle or just another way to make money, or it could be asking for a raise or promotion. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is saying like you hold the power to create this turnaround in your life. And, again, I feel like there's about to be a fortunate turnaround for you, but I also feel you have to kind of like push through that feeling of stopping, like coming up with an idea. And I kind of feel it's kind of weird because I don't think you maybe know this, but I feel that your brain is saying to you, it's almost like your brain is saying, if you start this side hustle or whatever, it's going to take years to make money or something like that. So it's almost like your brain is stopping you before you actually get started. But I don't think that's true. I don't think it's going to take years. I think it's going to happen much sooner. So, again, if you're thinking about doing anything to bring in extra cash, I feel this could be a part of like this a very powerful or like fortunate turnaround. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, of course, says don't give up. But Nine of Wands is my card of experimentation. And the Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So we have to try as many new things as we possibly can with the Nine of Wands. You also have the 9 and the 7 of Wands. Whenever I get the two together, 9 of Wands is my card of perseverance, not giving up, and 7 of Wands is my card of persistence. So both words are very similar. Both cards are very similar, and I feel like you need to be persistent, yes. With the King of Pentacles, you have the 9 of Wands. I also feel like you need to protect something at this time. If you're meeting a new person, I feel like you need to protect it from other people. Like, again, if there's negative people, or, if they have negative people, as far as, maybe their exes are trying to get involved in your situation or whatever. This could happen in the future, I'm getting. So maybe you haven't even met this person yet, but I'm just telling you, you could meet a good person, and it's something you're going to want to protect. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the 9 of Swords. Again, I told you, your brain, I feel like your brain it's like you get started and then you stop, and that's like the feeling I was getting there. Wheel of Fortune is a great card, but I always say that the Wheel of Fortune is really, I personally look at it as an action, because the wheel is always spinning in our lives, but we choose what direction it's spinning in, or most people don't even choose, right? Most people are just spinning all over the place, and they're just getting tossed around like in a washing machine of life. But we can choose what direction it spins. We can do that with our vibrations. We can also do that by doubling down on good things when they happen and taking care of challenges immediately when they happen. So when you kind of take care of your challenges and you don't run away from them and you double down on the good stuff, eventually you're going to have more good stuff in your life. So that's what I would do here. There you go. You have the Empress flying out. Again, cards are, I don't know if you just saw that, but that was, again, second time in your reading that a card has just flown out. And the Knight of Cups. So you have the Emperor and the Empress here. I think you're going to have to open up to this connection if you want love. But there definitely seems to be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. Could be a divine counterpart. And again, Emperor, Empress, that looks amazing. We were also talking about the Empress, how she has this scepter. It looks very similar it's a little bit different, but it looks very similar to the scepter that the King of Pentacles is holding. So I do feel you're in this time of abundance, or where you could be creating a lot of abundance. Next, you have this voice card. It says, using your voice could be very lucrative for you. There you go. I feel like there's nothing else there. You have this risk card. It says, success will find you. The odds are in your favor. It is when you step out into the unknown that you truly start to live. Two of Wands. Your very first card. Two of Wands. He's standing where he has always been. And the rule with him is that he has to step out of a comfort zone. He has to go explore the world. And that's how he finds success. So clearly you have to take the risk to do that. I also feel like you have to take the risk on something that has potential. I really feel that that is a key word for you in this reading. I have no freaking clue, but for whatever reason, the universe or your reading is really highlighting that potential word. Maybe because, again, you're looking at something. It's like you see the potential, but I also feel that you understand that potential is just potential. It really doesn't mean anything. And so I feel like you have to take the risk on it, though. You have the King of Swords, so I do feel this is kind of like your position. I feel that it's almost like you're in this position of judgment. I don't mean, like, not in a bad way, I mean that in a good way. I kind of feel this is just you showing up in a strong position. I feel that you are looking at situations that are coming into your life. I want to say, like, as we get through the retrograde, we basically have a retrograde the entire month of April, literally April 1st, happy April Fool's Day, Mercury goes retrograde, and, pretty much for the whole entire month. So I kind of feel like by the time we get to May, that your discernment is on point. I feel like you're able to, look at things, energies that are coming at you. It doesn't matter what type of energy it is, and it's almost like you can read things much better. So I do like to see that. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. I like the Eight of Pentacles right now because it really says that you're getting paid for your hard work, but that, it doesn't have to be money. You can work on whatever you're working on in life, and it's like you're finally getting results. So Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, and we see great money cards here, and I feel that a lot of you are improving your finances. You have the Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands, again, is a card of persistence and not giving up kind of by being persistent. It's also a card of defending your position at the top of the hill. Again, if you are attracting a new person into your life, I feel like this is like a connection that you want to protect. Don't... I always, I have a rule, don't take advice in a relationship from people that you wouldn't let in the bedroom with you, right? So, that's my rule. If they're not sleeping with you the two of you every single night, then they're not don't take their advice on the relationship. And that's kind of what I feel like this is saying. With the King of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. We see a lot of fulfillment here. We have all these nines, which is interesting as well. Nines to me represent new beginnings. Even the Tibetan Buddhists consider the number 9 to be the end because 10 is 1. So, I feel for a lot of you that there are clearly some very positive new beginnings coming in for you. Nine of Cups is also a card of bathing in the energy of what you want. So we have to, and it's funny because you have that King of Swords. We have to be in the energy, or we have to match the energy of what we want to have it. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Yes, definitely a perfect match. Are you kidding? Right here. You could be meeting this person through work with that Eight of Pentacles there. So again, I would, that includes any work parties or anything like that. Or, if you have friends from work that you socialize with, I would definitely take advantage of all those opportunities. That could be how you meet this person. Could be an Aries, could be any sign. You always get Aries, and I always have a ton of Libras that are like, I hate Aries. I'm like, well, then it's not an Aries then. I don't know. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Definitely, yeah, I would open up. It probably is an Aries, and you just need to open up and allow this person into your life with the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is too closed off. So, what I would say is open up if you want love. The Ace of Cups is also your emotions overflowing, but with the Seven of Wands, I would say that this reading is saying you need to make sure that you are protecting your happiness. You need to make sure that you're protecting the things that bring flow into your life. So this could be hobbies, things that you enjoy, places you enjoy going. And the Seven of Wands is kind of like saying, it's like you don't have to like do anything to protect it. But, again, if you have people that are hating on things that you enjoy, avoid those people. That's just like one example. In the area of the good stuff, you have this deep knowing card and this yin energy card. I feel like you're finally getting a break. Finally able to relax, finally able to kind of take a deep breath out, right? And I kind of feel that here where it's really, I don't really feel it saying anything other than you're finally getting a break. You have the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, and the Moon. The Emperor, I do feel this could be an Emperor type person coming in for you, so you could be meeting a divine counterpart. I also feel this is talking about confidence. You start with that card that says confidence is key to your success. And, I feel like there is a fortunate, very fortunate change or turnaround coming in for you. But, I feel like this is going to come through you being, confidently and boldly accomplishing something or, climbing this mountain that's on this potential card, right? So I feel like you have to kind of climb this mountain. I don't even think it's going to be, it's not like this is going to be like some sort of major workout here, I think that you're going to be successful, and motivated rather quickly, but, you do have to get started, right? And that's what I would do. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in the good stuff would suggest that you are not calling attention to your weaknesses. I always say do not call attention to your weaknesses with the Five of Pentacles. We have to focus on our strengths with this card. But in the area of the good stuff, it would say you're kind of like coming out of the cold. And clearly you are improving your finances. The whole entire reading talks about you improving your finances or doing something that could potentially improve your finances. So I like to see that. You have the Moon card here. The Moon is about fears, fantasies, illusions, but again, in the area of the good stuff, this would actually say that you are kind of like seeing the light. The Moon in the good stuff can say that you are leaving a moon period and stepping into a sun period. Obviously the moon doesn't stay up forever. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, then the moon goes down, the sun comes up. So I feel for a lot of you that there could just be a change, like this reading is basically talking about, some sort of fortunate change. Let's see. With the Emperor, you have the Chariot. Yeah, it definitely could be a big victory. Everyone's had the Chariot, and, again, I think that really it's kind of like boring, but we're in a time of change, like I just said. Also, the Chariot is about setting yourself apart, and one of the major changes that we will experience with Pluto going into Aquarius at the end of this year. It's been in Aquarius this year, but it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn before moving into Aquarius officially in November. But one of the things that we will experience is a desire to set ourselves apart. And the Chariot is all about setting yourself apart, doing things in your own unique way. So doing that, though, will probably lead to a victory. It's coming up in the good stuff. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, seeing things clearly. I feel like you are seeing, she is always pointed towards the future. She always has her back to the past. So I feel that you see the future of your life more clearly. It's like you understand your path, you understand the journey that you're going on, and love it. With the Moon, are you kidding me? You have the Ten of Wands. This whole entire reading, I've been talking about responsibilities, extra work, all that other stuff. And I've been thinking to myself, where's the Ten of Wands in this reading? And there you go. Your hard work is paying off here. Or, like all the things that we've been talking about, like climbing the mountain, going through these difficulties and challenges. It's like all that stuff is paying off for you. And, you could be kind of heading towards success. Let's see. You have this intuition card. Yep, you started the reading off like needing to trust your intuition with that Emperor, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. So definitely time to trust your intuition. You have this concentration card. A lot of people have had this card, and normally I don't get this card with this deck. So I would make sure that you are concentrating on exactly what you want in your life. And if you do that, you will probably manifest things in your life a lot faster. Next, you have this domination card. I would be careful of any situations where a person is trying to control you. Again, the Emperor showing up in the good stuff, but he can represent negative control. He can represent entering into situations where people are trying to dominate us or where people are trying to, come out on top or whatever you want to call it. So, again, I would avoid any people like that if you have people like that in your life. You have this excitement card. Yeah, we see a lot of like positivity in this reading. So, I think that, of course, you're going to be excited about the positive changes that are coming in for you. I would take this one step further, and I think that all of us need to follow our excitement or move more towards our enthusiasm or things that make us feel happy. And that's what I would do here. I would move, if you have good feelings about something, I would take steps towards it. You have this bluff card. This card kind of really represents showing the world like who you are, like doing something that people don't think you can do. And that is definitely a part of Pluto and Aquarius, and also the Chariot. The Chariot is leaving the city behind him behind. He is leaving the place that he has always been behind, and he is going, who the heck knows where he's going. So, I think that in a lot of ways he can represent doing something that maybe people don't think that he can do. So, again, a lot of you could be showing off here, but this looks really, really good, Libra. Love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your quarter.